Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Mike with 184 Aerospace. Today we're finally going to talk about our level 3 av bay. It's been a long time in the making. We went through several revisions on it and I think I've settled on what I like. It is going to be mounted up in the nose cone shoulder. We are going to go with a single split dual deploy, and we're going to accomplish that by using a set of cable cutters on the main parachute that will cut and release the main parachute at 1,000 feet. Actually went through a couple different revisions of this. We originally were going to use an ADEP rocketry old school dual deployment timer or dual deployment controller for our redundant system, but I got a really good deal on an egg timer Quark, so I decided to go with that. A little more modern, it's got a little more features and a little more adjustability. So before we get into the deep dive of what's on this board, I'm going to ask that you like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. If you leave a comment, once I hit 75 subscribers, I'm going to give this baby Bertha out to someone who left a comment for me. So go ahead and do that. Let's get a little bit closer and I'll show you guys what's going on top of this av bay sled. Alright, here's the layout of the sled. For a primary altimeter, we have an egg timer Quantum. For a set backup altimeter, we have an egg timer Quark. I assembled both of these. This one's flown a lot. This one's been ground tested. I'm going to fly it before I fly it on my level 3. Both of them have their own 2-cell lithium ion batteries. The egg timer Quark has a pull pin switch to arm on the pad. The other computer had a Fruit radio feather with a barometric sensor. This sends near real-time data down to basically another Adafruit radio with an antenna that can report out to a serial monitor or a Python program or anything like that. All of our deployment connections are terminated to a terminal strip inside, and then I have ran a nice pigtail that can be cut and adjusted and trimmed down as needed to the outside. That can be replaced once it's too short. To reinforce this, where the eye bolt is, we put a 1/4-inch aluminum plate back here. The entire sled is held together and positioned on 1/4-20 rod with some 3D printed mounts that I have epoxied to that. The upper bulkhead is strengthened with a 1/4-inch piece of plywood that we had to round down to get everything working. This all fits into the nose cone shoulder. We line this up, match the switch bay, and everything goes up into the nose cone. Just like so. So we laid up that sled with 4 layers of Bondo 6-ounce fiberglass that I got from a box store, and I used my West Systems epoxy. Came out perfect, just the way I wanted it. I had tried a slab of wood with fiberglass on each side, and I didn't really like it. It was kind of too much. So everything fits into this upper shoulder, if you will, and attaches to the nose cone with 3 M8 bolts. Our switch goes through the housing once we have it all assembled. So we have our nice remove before flight tag. We know that our other one's not armed. Our redundant altimeter is not armed. The main altimeter, the egg timer Quantum, is only armed via Wi-Fi. Armed, disarmed, all diagnostics are done via a web browser. This entire setup, this will go into the upper nose cone, this half here. Like I said, this will be shear pinned through, and we'll have our ejection charges out the back end. Everything connects through this. Yeah, that's it. It took a lot of time to do this because I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to these things, and I wanted to make sure that everything was to my liking. The next steps with this rocket build are obviously to start getting some paint on it, but also the fin can. The fin can is going to be my next biggest challenge. I have not built a fiberglass rocket yet, so this is my first go at it. Kind of intimidating, being that this rocket is 8 inches in diameter. That's what I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching. Again, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share. Fly safe and aim high.